Do you want to learn balance and strength at the same time today? You are in the right place. Today I have a 30-minute variety of holding and balancing postures. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to go into Tadasana. And in Tadasana, I want you to go ahead and put your feet 2 fists apart. And when you're here, make sure that you're grounded, stand all the way tall, engage your core, make sure your pelvis isn't extended out, just make sure it's kind of not tucked, but just regularly in a neutral position. Hands go out to your side, and then we're just going to take a couple deep breaths here. Set our intentions today. Our intentions is to be strong, hold the postures, have a good time, release tension. So we're going to start off with some breathing. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to interlace your hands and put them underneath your chin and just slightly tilt your head back. And so when we breathe in, when we inhale, we're going to raise our elbows. And then we're going to sigh out just like that. And we have 5 of those. Feel free to do them at your own pace. That wasn't 1, we're starting with 1. This last one, I want you to take every sip of air that you can. And then a strong exhale. All right, go ahead and shake that out. And then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go from Tadasana, and we're gonna inhale our hands over our head. We're gonna interlock our fingers with our pointer fingers facing straight up. We're not gonna go out. We're going to lower our shoulders and put them right next to our ears, almost squeezing our ears together. And then we are going to go to the right side. And then while you breathe, on the exhale, I want you to get deeper into the pose. One more, inhale, exhale, and then hold here, but keep breathing. Come back up to the top, inhale back up, keep your shoulders down, and then exhale to the left. Inhale, exhale, get a little lower, make sure your core is engaged. If you want to kind of rotate and look up, you can. Make sure your shoulders are still down away from your ears. You'll notice one side you can get deeper in than the other. One more. And then hold here and keep breathing. And inhale all the way up to the top. And then exhale. All right. The next one that we're going to go into is a 3-series, almost like a chair pose, so we can get that lower body warmed up. So the first one that we're going to go into is a chair pose. We're just going to come down here, breathe. If you need to put your arms here, if your shoulders are getting tired, you can do that. If you want to put one up here, you can. I'm going to put mine here. You want to get a little bit lower just for the last couple seconds. And breathe. On your next inhale, rise up. Shake your legs out a little bit. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is a chair pose, but we're going to come up on the balls of our feet. Feel a little wobbly. This is that strength and balance part of the class. There'll be more too. Just breathe here. Come down a little bit lower. Slowly rise up. Slow, slow, slow. Engage those glutes. And then exhale. Shake your legs out. Maybe shake your shoulders out and your arms. Since this is only 30 minutes, it's a pretty quick warm up. All right, and the last one that we're gonna do is we're gonna come up on the balls of our feet and we're gonna put our knees in touching each other. If you do have any problems, please just go back to the one before this. Don't wanna hurt anybody here. And we're gonna inhale and exhale back down to this position. We're gonna see you get a little wobbly, off balance. We're gonna come down as deep as we can, and then we're gonna lift, 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 lift really slow, and exhale out. Shake everything out. Whew. Already feeling warmed up. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we are going to do our hand to foot. So there's 3 variations that you can do here. The first variation is you wanna basically put more of your weight on to your right foot, bring your left foot knee up to your chest, and maybe this is where you wanna stay today. You wanna come down here. Maybe this is where you wanna stay today. Or if you wanna come out here with me, and this is where you wanna stay today. We're here for a couple breaths. This one more, and then slowly come out of it. Shake that leg off, and we gotta do the other side. Just gonna shift our weight onto that left side. Same thing, 3 different ways that you could do this. You could be here, you could be here, or you could be here, me. Breathe. One more breath here, and then slowly come out of it. Down. You might need a sip of water. Make sure you have water always. All right. We're already almost 8 minutes in. Perfect. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is the tree. So with the tree, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and inhale up, and you're going to identify your right hand. You're going to exhale your right hand underneath your left arm. And then you're going to squat down. You're going to take your right foot, and you're going to bring it over your left leg. And you want to try to align yourself if you can. If you can't, put it back here, that's fine. If you want it here, that's fine too. This is your practice, I'm just guiding you. You want to go down into almost a sleeping eagle. All right, and then we're going to come out of it. Just going to step your right foot down. Inhale and exhale your left arm onto your right. Squat down, your left leg goes over your right leg. Try to align your body positioning. Shoulders down, chest up, don't collapse into it. If you want to go down to a sleeping eagle, you can. Just breathe. One more breath. And inhale, back up. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a couple breaths. If you need to sigh it out, please do. All right, now we're gonna go into tree, boss pose with eagle. So go ahead and take your right foot. You can just be here if you want. Maybe this is all that you feel like doing today. You can join me here on the calf. This is probably where I'll stay because this is my leg where I have a knee injury. So I'm not quite there with flexibility. Or if you want to come all the way up in here, you can. But as you can tell, that's really hard for me to do on that side. So I'm just gonna stay here. And then just breathe. If you wanna grow your tree, you can, but you don't have to. All right, we're gonna change sides. So we're just gonna put our right foot back down. Go ahead and post up your left leg. If this is where you wanted to be today, that's fine. You wanna be here with me, that's great. Or if you wanna be all the way up here. And even on this side, depending on what, because you don't wanna be on your knee. Depending on what pants I wear, it's actually hard to keep my leg up like that. So for those of you that can, it's awesome. But remember, we're all at our own practice, our own pace. It's not a competition, especially here. Since we're grounding, nervous system, trauma informed, I'm just here to guide you. A couple more breaths here. Then go ahead and put your left foot down. Exhale it out. The next thing we're gonna do is some half moon. So you have a block, maybe you don't need a block. Go ahead and pick up a block. And we are going to, I'm gonna pivot so that you can see what I do. So you're gonna step your right foot out, and then you're gonna come down, come down, come down, and then your back foot goes up. Your left arm goes up in the air. You wanna make sure that your back leg is pretty parallel with your torso. And then open up your chest. Remember to keep your balance. Here for just a couple more breaths. We're gonna come step right down next to it. And then I want you guys to just move the block over, and you're gonna rotate sides. So like I said, one of your sides is always probably gonna be a little stronger, easier to balance on. All of our bodies are made differently. Open up your chest to get that heart opener. Make sure your leg is as high as you can, so you're parallel. A couple more breaths. Then you're gonna step back in between your feet, and then inhale up, exhale, hands to heart center. All right, so we're done with the standing part of this. And so now we're gonna go down into a plank position. So we gotta hit the core. And so for those of you, maybe your plank position is here today. Maybe your plank position is here today. Maybe your plank position is here. Or the other leg. Wherever that is today, I want you to be in it. And remember, no glutes up high, because this is more like a downward dog resting pose. But our weight's gonna be over our shoulders, shoulders over hands, middle finger pointed towards the front of the room. Gauge the core, gauge the glutes, and just breathe. If you need to drop one knee, just to kind of give you a break. If you need to drop both knees, you're still gonna get the benefits. A couple more breaths. All right, go ahead and lower down to your knees and sit back into child's pose. Go ahead and massage your third eye, center. Try to sit back on your heels if you can. If you can't, just how far you can go, or maybe you need a blanket or a pillow back behind your legs. Just a couple breaths here to kind of let the body calm down, because we're going to start doing some groundwork. Okay, and from here, we're gonna come into tabletop, and then we're gonna come into an easy sit pose. All right, from your easy sit pose, we are going to do cow face twist. So I am going to pivot to the right. You kind of had a good idea. So the first thing you're going to do is put your leg straight out. You're going to take your right leg over your left leg, pull your left foot back, and then you're going to reach and touch your arms, your fingertips, and breathe. This is too much. You don't have to do the arms. You can actually do a twist instead. I prefer the twist just because I feel like it gets deeper into my hip flexors, my glute, and then gives me a little bit more twisting rotation with my torso. And then you're going to come out of it just like we came into it. So you're going to staff pose. And then you're going to take your left foot over your right foot back, and your right hand would go back and touch your left fingertips. And you can stay here, or you can just come into the seated twist. And then from here, we're going to go into a downward dog. And then we're going to go down to a low lunge. Reach up to the sky. And then we're going to cactus arm. Just breathe here. We're going to go back up, and then we're going to go straight into a half split. Just breathe here. And then we're going to go back into a down dog, and then we're going to take a low lunge on the other side. Inhale up. And cactus arm out on the side. We're going to inhale up, and then we're going to go down into a half split. Make sure your back stays as flat as you can. Maybe you might need the blocks. Keep your hands up a little bit more. If you don't, maybe you can come all the way down to your knee. A couple breaths here. All right, from here, we're going to go into a down dog. And then we're going to shift into a plank. And we're going to slowly lower ourselves down, slower than normal, and then all the way down. Just breathe. Come all the way down to the mat. All right. Now we're going to take our hands by our side, put our forehead on the ground, and we're going to inhale our right leg up and breathe. Engaging that glute, the right glute, and your hamstring. One more breath. And then you're going to come down and inhale up and switch sides, and your left leg will be up, or if you did your left last time, your right leg will be up. Same thing, engage your glutes, your hamstrings, and breathe. Go ahead and put both of your legs down, and I want you to bend them up, and I want you to windshield wipe your legs back and forth. Just to give yourself a breath, take the tension out of your lower back. And then from here, we're gonna do a floor bow. So you wanna go ahead and grab your right and left feet. On your next inhale, you're gonna come up into a bow pose. And just breathe. More breath. And on the exhale, come down. Just kind of melt into the mat. Take a couple breaths here. And then when you're ready, I want you to join me in downward dog. And then from downward dog, we're gonna go into pigeon. So you're going to take your right leg and you're gonna bring it up, and you might need a block. I use a block here to put the block right behind your glute. And then you're gonna either stay here, shoulders back and down. Might wanna look at the ceiling just to get that stretch down your posterior chain. You can come down here on your forearms, or you can go all the way down. Switch sides, back downward dog. Take your block over, bring your left leg forward. Start up here. Look up to the sky. Drop your shoulders down. Keep your core engaged. Come down to your forearms. You can stay in that position. Down to your forearms. You can come all the way down. And always make sure you're breathing when you're doing yoga. Especially if your mind starts to wander, start to breathe. And bring yourself back to your mat. Try to stay here on the mat with me for as long as possible without your mind wandering. Now we're going to go back into a downward dog. Those of you that want to do a jump through, you can, or you can just do an easy sit from here. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and lay back down. Knees to chest. Massage your lower back. You did a lot in 26 minutes. And then from here, you can either do a half inversion where you put your block here and just breathe. Or if you want a little bit more, you can do the shoulders down with me. Maybe you want to play with your legs a little bit. Maybe you want to stay here. Maybe you want to put your legs all the way back, your feet on the ground into a plow position. Just a couple more breaths here, and then we'll meet back down into the half inversion. So a couple more breaths. breaths here. feet on the ground. Come into a bridge, engage our glutes, take the block out, come down, and then we're gonna come into a happy baby. Massage your lower back. And slower than normal, bring your legs down. Slow, 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 slow. Keep going slow. And then you're going to relax into your Shavasana. And right here, you can go ahead and let your feet splay like mine are. You can go ahead and put your hand on your heart and on your stomach. This way when you breathe, you can feel your diaphragm. When you inhale, when you exhale, you feel your diaphragm go back into your spine. Well, it's really not going into your spine, but it feels like it's going back into your spine. And then here you might want to close your eyes. And then this is when you go to your place. It makes you happy, wherever that might be. Mine is my sanctuary, my forest. It's just winter right now, so we can't go outside very often because it rains here in the Pacific Northwest. But I got something exciting because I'm building a little bit of a yoga workout studio area outside for the summer. So if you're a nature person just like me, keep watching because that's coming. It'll probably be done the last week of March. So just stay in your happy place. Like I said, mine's the forest with my hummingbird, all my other birds out there, my chickadees, stellar jays, the hawks, the crows, the geese, and then the river that's in my backyard. I could just sit out there and listen to the water flow and the fireplace crackle and the birds. And I could smell the fire going, I could smell the fresh air, I could taste the water that I'm drinking next to me. Just one more breath here. And then if you want to stay here, in that wonderful sanctuary, you can. But when you're ready, I want you to roll over to one side in a fetal position and then slowly come up. Your head's going to be the last thing to come up. And then you're going to sit in your easy pose. And we're just going to do a little bit more breathing. So we're going to inhale our arms up. Exhale our right hand down. Inhale our right hand up. Exhale our left hand down. And keep going at this pace. One more on both sides. And then your hands both go up together. And then exhale. If you really liked this, I have a lot more content for trauma-informed yoga sessions, grounding, nervous system resets. Please check it out. If you like it, subscribe, follow, comment. Namaste.